Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly talk about some inexpensive journals, a couple that I don't like and a couple that I do. So, for me, a journal is kind of a balancing act because you want something that's inexpensive enough that you don't feel bad about using the pages or having bad pages or wasting pages or anything like that. So, uh, for me, I want a journal that's a decent quality, but also that I'm not going to feel bad about actually using and playing in and having fun in and having stuff that's not great art. Not that I ever produce anything that's great art or something, but yeah. So like I said, for me, it's a balance, and I feel like a lot of people have that as well. There are two that come up a lot, that are very popular. I'll be honest, I'm not big fans of these two. So first is this Hannah Mule. It's the 250 GSM, 120 pound paper. It is 100% cotton. This is the 5x5 version. Oh, I don't remember how many sizes they come in. I think they do come in several sizes. I am highly unimpressed with this paper. So again, this is my personal journal, so I'm not going to really show a lot of it, but it just does not handle the water well at all. Like, this is Neocolor. I showed this a while back. Neocolor with water. I specifically used a technique that doesn't require a lot of water, but it did saturate the page. It did cause some bleed through. And I'm just not a fan. It just doesn't hold water well at all, and it's just not great. So a lot of warping on the pages. I just don't feel like I can trust this one, to not ruin the stuff behind it. And maybe I just need to go to, I don't know, if I'm going to paint in it, maybe I just need, like, on this page I'm painting, but on these pages I'm using something else that's not going to be affected by the water. I don't know. I bought these on Amazon, I believe, during a sale. I want to say I only paid like $12 or $13 for them, if I remember correctly. I mean, I'll figure out a way to use them, but they're definitely not going to be my go-to. If you're like me and you are a very wet painter, this is not going to be for you, I don't think. It's not great. Like I said, I know they're beloved. Everybody raves about them. I'm not a fan. The other one I want to talk about is this is the Artex one. I believe this is hot press. I don't remember like the GSM and the weight of it off the top of my head. I bought this let me try that again. Specifically for mixed media stuff. So tempera paints, acrylic markers. These are Neocolors, so they did get wet when I blended, but not heavy water usage. Again, tempera, I believe these are also Neocolors. These are tempera. They did lay down the colored pencils really nicely. So the paper itself actually isn't bad. I don't mind it at all. My biggest complaint on this one is actually the binding. So I did read a lot of people complain about the books coming apart, and you can see like this is doing it here. I think that's a problem. These are advertised as lay flat, and so I have an issue with this. So if you're in the middle, then you're going to get a pretty flat setting here. Yes, they're going to lay flat, but when you're in the beginning of this book, because you have this drop, your page is slanted, so it's not really a lay flat. And then once you get to the back, you're going to have kind of the opposite problem where it's going to be slanted over here. Now towards the back, I think it's it feels a little less pronounced, I guess is what I should say. But it's not, I don't like the binding as opposed to the paper in it. Like I said, the paper's fine. I'm not really using it for watercolor, but for the Neocolor and the tempera, and like I said, it put down the colored pencils pretty nicely. That's what I'm using this one for, and it's not bad. I don't like this binding. It's not truly lay flat. And I feel like the ones that are bound more like this one, to me, lay flatter. You can clip them and they're just better. I don't know. It's just my personal preference, I guess. But like I said, if that doesn't bother you, then you should be good to go. I have not tested watercolor on these at all, so I can't attest to how the paper holds up. But for mixed media, that, the paper itself is not bad quality. I don't care for that binding at all. Now, I do have this Hahnemühle one. This is I can't remember the official name. I call it the accordion one. And the paper on this one is much better. It's much thicker, much more sturdy. I have not painted on it yet to see how I feel about it, but be aware when you're looking at the Hahnemühle that there's definitely a difference in the journals. Like, there's going to be a big difference in quality. I want to say I paid, I don't know, like $20 for this one on Amazon. I really kind of wanted to try that accordion style and see how I felt about it. As you can see, I haven't started it yet. I have so many journals. So many. So you guys have seen these before. These are the Reflections journals. Let me find that. So the Reflections journals, these are the same size as this Hahnemühle, this 5x5. This is actually one of my favorite sizes. I use it a lot. They have, I think, 3 sizes total. They have one, I believe, that's like 3.5x5. It's like photo picture size. And then they have this one. I believe this one is like 8 or 9x5, if I remember correctly. The paper in it is not 100% cotton. It is, I want to say, Creative Maker, who I believe is the company that makes these. I want to say that they said it was like 80-20 or 25-75, something like that. But I'll be honest, I fully feel that the paper in these is much better than the Hahnemühle. It is 300 GSM. It is 140 pound. This paper is handling water like a boss. I mean, I never have a problem with this paper leaking through. I never have an issue with, even when I'm really, really heavy on the water, like this one, I'm not getting any bleed through. It's not making this stuff wet and transferring. It's not doing all that. So I am just a really big fan of these. They are relatively inexpensive. Jerry's has them on sale a lot of times. So I find these, Jerry's Artorama has them, and I believe they're technically like exclusive to Jerry's, but I do believe that you can get these on Amazon through Jerry's. So I think these are worth it. If you watch, like I said, these will go on sale and you'll get them for less than $20. This was done with Neocolors. It had a fair bit of water on it, and it held up way better. It had far more water on it, actually, than the page I showed you in the Hahnemühle that was much lower water content. And the pages just hold up so much better. It handles all type of media. It does have a little bit of texture to it, but it's not a whole lot. So that's good or bad, depending on what you like. You can see, yes, you get a little bit of buckling, but it's not terrible. I really like the quality on these. These are probably my favorite inexpensive journals. I'll be honest, I'm never going to buy an Etcher journal. I'm not spending $80 on a journal and then I'm going to feel like I can't really use that journal, that everything I put in it is going to have to be good. And that's not what I want out of a journal. So the other one I have that's usually reasonably inexpensive, I don't have the little cover sheet with all the information on it anymore, but this is the Visual Journal by, I believe it's Strathmore. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold and my voice keeps giving out. These, you've seen my big one before. I'm not going to drag it out. I do a lot of swatching in it. So you have seen it before, but this is a great, excuse me, a great mixed media journal. The paper, I believe, is 140 pound, 300 GSM. So most of my stuff I have found, if it's less than that, I don't care for it. So I tend to stick with that. But even on stuff that has a lot of water involved, the stuff holds up really well. I don't have any like bleeding problems on it. I don't have any issues like that. It's got texture, but it is smooth enough, at least on one side, to do something, if you were like a hot press person and you wanted that, you could do that. I just, like I said, I actually really like this paper. It holds up well. I do like the spiral binding. Sometimes it's nice. Goodness. You do get a flat surface. It's not going to be slanted. You're not going to be able to span pages the same way, but that's okay. So this one, oh gosh, I'm guessing this is like I think maybe a 5x8 or something. Yeah, I'm guessing this is like a 5x8, something like that. And then they also have the 9x12 one, which is this one. And you guys, like I said, have seen this. There's a lot of swatching and stuff that I've done in here for you guys. So those are my two big ones that I kind of fall back on. I really, really, really like the reflections ones. And it just occurred to me last night as I was thinking about this video that the reflections is also the postcards that I use, and it's the same paper. So this is probably why I like these postcards. You've seen me paint on them before. This is one I did as a test run. This is Neocolor. I'm going to do some Dorlands on it and see if it holds up, and then I'll tell you about it. Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit of curling, but they're going to lay flat. It's not super bad. I feel like anytime you get a small piece like this and it gets pretty wet, and this was very, very, very wet, you're going to get a little bit of curling on it, but these are good. Like I said, it's the same paper, and I like these postcards. I use them a lot. So those are my two choices for cheap sketchbooks. I have a lot of sketchbooks, actually, of varying qualities. For the most part, I feel like most of the ones I have chosen have been okay. I have a few that have been a disappointment. But I'll be honest, probably not as much of a disappointment as this Hannah Mule one. I really don't like this paper at all. I don't like the setup. Like here, you can tell it's split and the paper's separated. It's this. I don't know. These are just a train wreck as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, if you are like me and you're always kind of looking for a cheaper sketchbook, but one that's still a decent quality, the Visual Journal and the Reflections Journal are my two go-tos. I always have at least one of each of those, I think, hanging around, especially the Reflections ones. I usually keep an eye out for when they go on sale and order a couple of them at a time and have them on hand. So hopefully that helped. If you've got another cheap journal that you guys like, let me know down below, and that way we can share, and hopefully you'll help somebody else out. Go out there, have a good day, go art, go paint, go do something, and I will see you next time.